And we have our countdown 3, 2, 1, and pills.
Like that's how statistics works, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but this group of reds that
Ooh.
Nestonk has, it's quite a lot here. But opening up really strongly, clearing out that blue horizontally, making room for a yellow horizontal.
Yeah, it's a lot of reds, but quite a few of them are doubled up, so maybe it won't be so bad. It's just very few yellows, whereas Dave Smith says has a lot of reds and blues. Also, pretty. Uh, the yellows aren't very available in the early game.
Yeah, exactly. That end game is going to be almost entirely yellow as Nestonk takes a little bit of a lead, but he's going to need to get the red going. So both of these players could have very slow mid games if RNG does not cooperate. But wow, look at that beautiful combo there at the bottom of the board for Dave Smith says, just cleaning out so much of that yellow at the bottom, taking the lead from Nestonk.
And meanwhile, Nestdonk pulling off a horizontal clear on a couple of reds to combo into some yellows down below as well. It's definitely taking the lead right back.
Yeah, this is a really exciting game. These two clearly well matched here. Nestonk tucking in between on columns 5 and 6 to make a lightning bolt. That's an offset horizontal there for those of you just joining us and learning all the names of the combos. But nice tuck possibility here for Dave Smith. Out at a 133. Nestonk just needs 3 more reds. He's got him out at a 137. Wow,
Yeah,
close.
Doctor just trying to stall for like 6 more seconds for that level.
I know. Sometimes you just watch it and it's like, clearly holding off for you. Wow, beautiful opening there from Nestonk. I mean, dealing with all of this blue yellow and making it go very efficiently.
Yeah, definitely, and quite a few doubled up viruses over on Dave Smith's side as well. It's gonna make for some pretty fast leveling.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that Nestonk's board still slightly unfavorable with all the yellow that's on top of it at the moment and a little bit spired. Dave's board is lower down. Notice he's got a great opportunity for an offset fat log at the bottom with the blue yellow. He takes it. Very nicely
Nice.
done. And we see another great player, DM Hero, in the background.
Mm-hmm. They're currently at is that DM Hero's house? They've been
Yes.
readying up through DM Hero's account on the in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they are going to be in Waco at the ATG Expo tomorrow. Wow, these two still keeping it very close. DSS out at about 3 minutes. And Nestonk with such a clean board, pretty close behind, going to set up a horizontal here on these yellows, and then very free and clear going for the horizontal as well on blue.
Yeah, and we got a pretty we got a pretty scattered start or pretty scattered viruses here on Dave Smith's level 8. It seems like it's not too bad, not particularly amazing though.
Yeah, there's a lot of red up here that he's got to work with, and the opening formation a little bit tough, but keeping about an 8 virus lead here over Nestonk, who's making a nice combo there, taking some garbage out, but bringing the overall level of that board down is going to need a ton of red blue.
Oh man, this kind of formation on Nestonk's side, I just kind of hate. Like there are a bunch of horizontals and doubles set up, but they're like kind of clashing with each other. So you kind of got to pick one and just ignore the others,
Hmm. Meanwhile,
or just ignore
Dave's
both.
Yeah, Dave Smith with a great combo down the center of the board. And notice got lots of setups. If he tucks underneath on this red, boom, the yellow's going to fall as well. He's got a horizontal setup for reds at the bottom of the board. And columns 1 and 2 neatly taken care of there. So everything's very wide open for him. And he's prioritizing these reds beautifully.
And getting some more good horizontals on Nestonk's side, and kind of competing. ideas with where to place some of these viruses, and just uh, yeah, it just kind of feels bad, to be honest,
But
whenever I
making
get into
them
that position.
yeah, the competing plans can always be difficult, but Nestonk setting up for a nice horizontal there, trying to create a really efficient end game, very low drop time, is out of blues now. But Dave Smith really making moves on this level 9. Nicely done, and is going to clean off that red yellow, some of it garbage, but all of it bringing that level to be much more clean, while Nestonk out at about a 530.
Yeah, and once again, Dr. Mario just kind of messing with Nestonk at the end there, just giving him useless pill after useless pill.
Yeah, wow. But nice opening there for the horizontal. And again, another board for Nestonk where he's just got a lot of blue yellow at the top of it, but making a nice move there, a vertical into a horizontal. And then a lot of good plans can come out of this move. But Dave Smith, wow, just plowing through this level 9. Just 6 more viruses.
Yeah, it's very nicely done. And setting up for another horizontal red here, and just clearing out these last couple viruses. Very, very clean for Dave Smith says.
Yeah, and
Finishing off
he
623.
yeah, he is out at a 623, and that is not his best time. His best time is a 552. Yeah, not even close. Pardon, Dave. But his average in the past year for level 6 through 9 is a 718. So this is well under that average. So GG's to Dave Smith in his first game.
And we're just getting set up again here. Kind of hoping for some friendlier pills for this next matchup.
Yeah, we have readies from both players. And our countdown.
I definitely am enjoying some of these fancier plays by these players today, and a lot of times I find that like if you try to go fancy, it just kind of the doc just kind of discourages it, and just you spend so much time trying to tuck and to like set things up that you wind up losing time versus just going straight at some of these viruses vertically.
Yeah, but wow, I mean, Dave Smith's board has been just so conducive to everything falling nicely, not even having the need for things that are particularly fancy. Nice tuck here in column 7 and 8. Beautifully done, and gonna take some drop time there for a nice long combo. Is now gonna have to prioritize yellows as much as possible.
Yeah, and Estonk just has a looks like a lot of viruses, but they're so clumped to get together that they're gonna be cleared out pretty much back to back to back.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good board, and that double blue making sure that Nestonk doesn't have to take too much drop time. Meanwhile, Dave out at a 118, excellent time out of level 6.
Meanwhile, at Nestonk finishing off a 129 on level 6, not too far behind.
Ooh, we saw over in column 4, I think based on the left and right motion of Dave's pill, he did want to tuck that double yellow straight up so that he could take out those yellows at the same time. Didn't quite work out. But there we go. He gets a nice lightning bolt there, offset vertical in those columns. So he is high up on the left and the right, but making good progress through this level 7. But meanwhile, Nestonk taking a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, he cleared out a pretty nice sweet tea in the middle of the board, and just has so many double yellows and double reds. It's going to be a pretty quick clear to this level.
Yeah, it's looking really good there. Wow. And Dave Smith taking the lead right back, but things might go a little bit slowly towards the top left with all of that red up there. And actually, Nestonk's got a lot of red on the left-hand side too, and not getting red pills, just getting a double yellow blitz, which we know will be followed by a double blue.
Yeah, I find that really interesting how you can kind of just like know what's gonna come next based on when you get those blitzes.
Yeah, actually, they do kind of end alphabetically, if that makes any sense. So a
Interesting.
double yellow, that's the last YY is the last alphabetically, followed by the first alphabetically, BB, double blue. And that happens in all of them actually, which is pretty interesting. But in the meantime, Dave out at a 309 and ready to go through this level 8. And Nestonk, the fact that you see no red pill halves on the board means that he was pretty efficient with this, and he just needed red out at a 322.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking these next boards as well. This is gonna provide for some pretty interesting plays. We got a lot of potential for setups here.
Mm-hmm. And so far, very straightforward there for Dave, just getting short stacks, that double vertical that we love to see straight up and down. And it's going to get a sweet T here, sideways sweet T, very nicely done.
Hmm. All these special formations are like especially nice because not only do they clear multiple viruses, but they also do so in a way that doesn't create fall time as a result. Like when the pieces fall down to the bottom of uh, the board, it just takes about a quarter of a second per row that it falls. So just having these combos really saves a lot of time per piece.
Yeah, for sure. And wow, Dave Smith out at a 427. This is a blistering pace for him and a blistering pace for the silver bracket as well. So very nicely done here. And Nestonk still 14 viruses left in level 8. And you see that those double yellows in column 1 and 2, those are things you'd love to be able to take out horizontally, maybe to desandwich that blues, but you just don't have the platform to do it. And that double yellow comes along, finally gets them horizontally. Nice job to Nestonk.
Meanwhile, Dave Smith says just making his way through level 9, just clearing these out of lightning pace.
Yeah, looking really good here. Needs a lot of red blue, but luckily, the yellows are set up in such a way that if he gets anything with a yellow in it, it's going to be able to contribute to his plans. And there we go. He can't resist taking a nice horizontal. Meanwhile, Nestonk, again, in the same position that he's kind of been in most of these games, is just waiting around for one color at the end. And you can see there's one red pill have sort of taunting him in the middle of the screen. Oh,
Yeah, what the heck?
come
Like,
on.
so the randomizer or the randomization of the pills are is kind of interesting in that like it uh like the
Oh,
rarest color you'll find is blue, but here we have like almost every pill for like 20 pills in a row is a blue pill.
yeah, and I was a little worried about his setup there on column 1 because what if a red had come along at that point? Oh, good, finally. All right, he's out at a 611, but we all know in our hearts he was out long before that.
Yeah, that's definitely a kind of a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that really was. And meanwhile, Dave Smith says just cruising along towards the end of this level, just needs to take out these two yellows in column 1. And you saw him making some different plans about that, thinking carefully, waiting for the blue yellow, and he's out at a 637. Again, under his average, and GG's to Dave Smith, who will be moving on to our finals.
GG's indeed.
Yeah. And he is going to be facing the winner of our next match, which is going to be our number 3 seed Larva 12 versus our number 2 seed and restreamer the Dave. So that's bound to be an exciting match. So far, the Daves have been marching towards each other. Is another Dave Bowl inevitable? We'll check it out and see. In the meantime, everyone, please give a lovely GGs to both players and kudos to Jagger G, first time in the booth. Congratulations. Thank you so much for calling with me, Jagger.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Uh, and definitely wish Saros the best of luck in his commentaries as well. It's been great.
Thank you to both of you. And everybody, stick around. We'll be back in a couple minutes. This is the DrMC.